Hey, good morning, YouTube. And I'm Vukas, and I am here this morning doing a little something. Today is January the 9th, is it? I believe so. January the, great, just show me the date. January the 11th. Sorry, I'm running behind. Today's Thursday, the 11th. And this morning I decided I wanted to do something a little different, or I wanted to do something that's adding to what I already do. Every day is part of my spiritual practice is I pull cards, oracle cards, tarot cards. I use cards as a way to access and my intuition, because I believe it's through our intuition and our intention that is really the when we collaborate or co-create with life. And let me just tell you a little story. Back in 2016, I moved to Colorado, and I moved here after some stuff, whatever was going on inside of me, and where I ended up, and some not consciously knowing what was going on inside of me, and there was a lot of turmoil, whether midlife crisis or burnout or whatever it was. There was a lot of stuff going on, and I left Florida and I moved to Colorado. I have my brother and his son, my nephew, live here in the Denver area, and actually I'm going to and his brother Jackson, they're here, and actually I've got another nephew who is going to be here in less than 2 weeks now. Well, 2 weeks, definitely within 2 weeks, the 25th. He's coming whether he's agreed to or not. But anyway, so I moved here, and because of all these life changes, I wasn't sure what to do next. It was like, who am I if I'm not doing the things that I've been doing all these years? And so I began to try to find a way to get in touch with what's going on inside of me, to really as a means to access what's going on. How do I fit in with all of this? And so I began in 2016. I picked up a deck of cards that I had, a oracle card deck, and actually the deck I had at the time was the Enchanted Map by Colette Baron Reed. More about her in just a moment. And I took I then went and grabbed a tarot deck and trying to access intuition, right? And I took a class online, and that really wasn't it. And then I found Colette Baron Reed. She was offering a course. You can go to her website, ColetteBaronReed.com, and I started working with this deck, Wisdom of the Oracle. And let me tell you what, back in 2016, it beginning to work with oracle cards and the tarot, beginning to work with systematic and ritual ways to access the divine within, which is the way I define divination, using a ritual way to connect to the divine. It wasn't, it's not about telling the future, it's about accessing wisdom or guidance within. Then beginning to using oracle cards changed my life, and it has become part of my spiritual practice, or what I it's part of what I do. I have a number of things that in my practice, but every morning and probably a few times through the day, I draw cards as I need to, as I'm led to, in order to take a moment to pause and check within and what's going on, and what's mine to do to maybe course correct or stay what's going on. So that's just a little bit, and I'll tell you more anyway. This video is getting a little longer than I wanted, but so I just thought, I pull a card every day, and I'd love to share that with people. And so I thought, well, why not I just do a YouTube video and I have some pull a card and have some coffee, which is what I do. So it's sort of like cards and cards and coffee with Alan. How's that? You know what? I like that. Cards and I just made that up. Cards and coffee with Alan. So anyway, so let's just get to it. So what the question that I ask typically every day is, what do I need to know in order to be in alignment with my highest good for today? It's like you could say, what's the dominant energy? You can ask whatever question is. Whenever you pull cards, or draw a card, an oracle card, or a tarot card, you need to ask a question. There has to be a purpose in why you're doing it. And the reason for this is because in any given moment, there's unlimited, infinite possibilities. And without context, then this unlimited possibilities really is not relevant to you. There's unlimited possibilities. There are unlimited messages that can be drawn, but they're not relevant to you. And you pull a card, and then you're trying to find meaning in it, and it's hard to because it's not relevant. And that's one of the reasons I think why I may not have related some. No, I had some other biases why I didn't work with cards, or I was resistant. So anyway, the question that I ask every day is, what do I need to know in order to be in alignment with my highest good? And then I might pull some other cards as to what's next right action for me, or is there anything I need to release or embrace for this day, specifically regarding that, in order to be in alignment. So the deck I'm using. And so I figured I'd just pull a card, do it on a video, and then if you like it, great. If you don't, that's okay too. And I'd love to hear if you use cards. In the comments below, do you use oracle cards? How do you use them? I would love to hear that. So anyway, so the deck that I'm using today is Wisdom of the Oracle, life-changing deck. If you're interested in this deck, go to Colette Baron Reed, to her website, and you can actually draw cards. You can do a reading for yourself every day online using one of her decks. This is one that's available on the website. And the card that I drew today was Fork in the Road. Fork in the Road. And there's a llama with horns and a little monkey, and there's a sort of a marker in the road, and this way or that way. It's the beginning of something new. So now I drew this card. When I drew it, it was in protection or reversed, which is not bad. Actually, I like reversed cards because I believe that they're actually even more clarifying, more specific about action and what to do. Or what you need to do in order to fully embrace and to take charge. As first to run with the energy and to fully utilize it and to be supported by that wave. There might be something that you might need to release or let go of. Anyway, so fork in the road in protection. I'm just going to share with you my intuitive, what come up for me. I've pulled this card before, and also read to you the guidebook, and then send you on your way. and maybe this has some value and hope for you. And then I might do a video tomorrow, possibly. So fork in the road. My intuitive hit today on this card. When you see this card, Fork in the Road, there are opportunities. You're at a decision point. There's new projects, and you can go this way or that way. And when the card is upright, then you're getting a message. Is like, oh, the energy is of you are. That you are being led down another path, or another path is opened up for you. And when it's reversed, there might be some holding off on making a decision. And that's what I got when I first saw the card, is there's some emails that I need to get out today, and that I've put off. And I've put off in thinking that because I didn't want to say no, I didn't want to say yes. And so I put it off, kicked the can down the road, and then have allowed other individuals in my life to continue operating in a way that is, it wasn't really my choice. But that's the thing. I really did make a choice by not making a choice. And so today I need to take back some of my power regarding that. And so let me read you what the book says here. So Fork in the Road, which is number 13 in this deck. And the essential meanings, one of the things I love about this deck is that there are, based on the context of the question, the category of the question, there are specific messages to that. So whether it is, there's a general message or relationship message or prosperity message, and then if it's protection, if it's up, in reversed, then there is a message specifically. When you get this card in protection or reversed, you go directly to that. Do not pass, go directly to the protection message. So here's what the protection message is for this card, Fork in the Road. Indecision is extremely frustrating and will lead to anxiety, loss, and confusion. So this is a message for me today. This is what my soul is telling me. The indecision is extremely frustrating and it leads to anxiety, loss, and confusion. At this juncture, you can't remain in place without losing your way altogether. Avoid the tendency to let others choose for you, which amounts to a subtle refusal to take responsibility. Don't give your power away, not even to this oracle. By not making a choice, you are making a choice for which you must be accountable. If that choice leads to undesirable circumstances, take heart. Spirit never tires of giving you second chances. You can always start once again. You've learned this valuable lesson. You can always start again once you've learned this valuable lesson. Spirit always gives us second chances, but you know what? Today the message is if there's anywhere in my life where I'm experiencing anxiety, loss, and confusion, then what I need to do is to stop and to see if there is a decision that's called for that I have need to make, I've put off making, or that I need to change the decision I made, and to take back my power, and to be aware that not making a decision and not communicating it is the same as making a decision. It's a subtle form of not taking responsibility. So today, the message is take responsibility, take back your power. Anxiety and confusion, we have our part in it, especially in those times when we are not using the power that we have to choose. And if we choose rightly, great. If we choose not so rightly, or that it's a mistake, guess what? Don't worry. There will be another fork in the road. There's another fork in the road coming where I get to choose again, where we get to choose again. Anyway, so this morning, this was thank you for having some coffee and listening to a card today. And I wish you all the best today. I look forward to seeing you again soon.